everybody doing? How's you doing, Brian? How's the weekend treating you?
Hey, technology is a mother sucker. So
I was gonna say, how does that happen when you work from home?
Hey, I work from I work from home. So you get like in this kind of like phase of like being able to enjoy your time not at home or not working. So I was trying to sleep or whatever. I totally spaced out, forgot today is Sunday. It is what it is. But yeah, like I'm on now, so I'm good. I'm straight.
Right.
That's what's up, man. Welcome.
Yeah. Catch
early riser.
Harold just talking about picture day. He had a good time. Pictures. Trying to do all white with the kids. Ain't 100% working.
Picture day. Okay. So this talking about like family picture day, like you did a portrait thing or something.
Yeah, like we went to Pepperco Park, which is the opposite of what you want to be around when you dress in white. And then obviously they got the dirty ASS sandals and whatnot they're trying to put on you, and you're like, stay away, but don't be slipping and sliding. And it was good though, because by the time we were done with it, it started to get ridiculous hot. So already by the time it was 8:30, it was already 90 something degrees. Ridiculous.
Yeah, Arizona heat, that's kicking in there. Like they said, we broke like 100 or whatever last week, and then they're saying like, all right, to the double digits, like it's just going to be hundreds from now on, which is miserable, but
Well, the wind felt good too. My mom was complaining. She's like, oh, the wind is blowing my hair around. I'm like, people pay for that, right? They pay for the wind machine to get that Mariah Carey effect. Like that's got that for free.
Glamour shots.
Shout out to Brian for the Kanye West shirt on Sunday morning.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the Kanye tweets or whatever. So if I could read it backwards or whatever, I don't know. This one's something like I need a room full of mirrors so I can be surrounded by winners or something like that. Like Kanye has the most ridiculous tweets, but they're so dope.
Right.
So I gotta get shirts, throwing them on and whatnot. Or I should say yay. Let me clarify that. Yay.
Yeah.
Which also, being a Ye fan, I am very happy that like ish has kind of subsided with him and the Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, all that nonsense. Hopefully they'll get back to making like hot music, you know what I mean?
It's subsided now, but we saw the clip that just came out of
That's
Pete
just
Davidson.
the spotlight shifted.
Well,
once it goes back.
That and
what
Pete Davidson.
clip done?
Oh no, there's the
stand up.
Yeah, the stand up. So once that drops, it'll be rehashed.
Yeah, I seen that.
Like it was just like a clip or two though. He didn't seem to like go that far in. Like it's maybe like 5-minute thing he went in on Kanye. So I don't know how much the rest of the stand up.
But it wasn't even funny either though.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like funny, but it was kind of. I mean, it's Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson's not funny, so for what he was doing, it made sense. Yeah. But come on, this is Ye. You don't even need to give Ye more than 30 seconds. You give him 30 seconds of attention, he's going to turn that into 2 weeks.
Possibly, yeah, perhaps. So
I hope it's over too, because it's kind of boring and we're over it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Kanye did everything he could and he lost. Kim still smashing dude, so ain't nothing you can do at this point.
Genius.
I don't know why he thought it'd be different. Like, hey, chill. I'm in my section right now. Kiddos and whatnot.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Nah, like I think anybody that gets with see now they can see your face. You're not blurred out and whatnot. No, I think with Kanye, like anybody that gets with Kim, like especially after what was it? Not like Ray J. She went with somebody, and then she had that basketball player dude. I forget his name.
Chris Humphries.
Yeah, Humphries. After Humphries, I feel like it should have been like known. Like, all right, yeah, she. Get around, you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with it. Like, do your thing, but don't expect it to, like, wifing up a girl like that. That's not necessarily gonna. It's different nowadays, I guess. But I think at that time you could have expected, like, all right, yeah, she's a little too young or immature to like want to settle down and such. Kanye seemed to have like the longest run because they had the whole family thing going and whatnot too. But going back to old Dr. Dre and whatnot, can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Like she's gonna enjoy her life, so I don't know.
Well, allegedly he wasn't even really thinking he had a chance with her. Like he just wanted to be close and around her so that he could be her stylist or like designer for her and like give him street cred that, hey, he's the fashion, you know, icon that gave Kim Kardashian her like look. And now I guess they said that it's kind of showing like she's been absent and he's been kind of like, you know, missing that part of it. But I don't know, like, oh, you actually like me? Oh, we can actually do something? This is weird. Okay. I was just trying to be in your presence, in your aura. I was just a fan. And now all of a sudden he's your man.
Which I don't like, to this day, I still don't understand why everybody's like so into her. Like, anyone,
she's a white girl with black features. That's all. And she paid for it.
But it don't even look that good. Like, you see her in the face, she looks basic. You see her in the body, she looks basic. You put those two things together, okay, like she's.
But you do realize that 90% of men don't even get basic.
What?
90% of men don't even get basic.
I disagree. Like, I you know, in my window shopping days, I look and I see like, oh dang, like okay, dang, like how's he with her? Oh, she looks good. And the thing about it is that you see people from a distance or you see them far away, where you know, like the makeup and whatnot, you don't really calm down. You don't see how like extra it is. And so and so I think what it is now is that like you see people like Kim Kardashian and everything, and she, if you put her next to like another you know, random person or whatever, like out in like at a mall or whatever, right? You probably look at the other girl before you look at Kim Kardashian. The only reason you look at Kim is because you're familiar with her because she's been fed down your throat like on TV every time you turn the TV on, you know? So you're so used to seeing someone like her and associating that with attractiveness. And that's not necessarily just the case. There's a whole bunch of other people that are attractive.
She's also a billionaire.
I
don't know about you guys, but a woman that's a billionaire kind of makes my dick hard. I was there to be honest.
I've never been attracted to Oprah. Never. Just
oh,
saying.
You're smashing Oprah. Don't do that.
I'm not smashing Oprah.
Yes, you are.
Nah.
Oprah in her younger days, she was I'm not saying she was bad, trust me. But you were smashing Oprah. In her peak, you were smashing Oprah.
Her peak.
Before smashing, I try to ask Oprah, like, what else would you want from me? To which you could hook me up a couple mil. I don't need all the money in the world. A little bit of money, that's great. And I'm not gonna whore myself out to like Oprah just to get like all that money. Like I feel like I could do other things for her to get that money. Like
Oprah don't need nothing from you. Look at her boyfriend Stedman. He lives in his own guest house. She don't need nothing from him. And Stedman's chilling. Stedman's so you only go by his one name. We don't even know his last name. It's Stedman. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to be in a
his last name's Winfrey.
I'd like to be in a one-name relationship. I don't even have a last name. Call me whatever. I'm living in a multi-billion-dollar guest house. I'm Gucci.
Hey,
but at the same time, like that's why they use the term adjustable, right? Because yes, Kim Kardashian probably without the makeup, with all the extras, is just a regular chick, but she has the ability to make herself as best as possible she can look. She can transform like areas where she just sat during the pandemic and make it like, oh well, that fat gets transferred to an area that looks dope. But yeah, she's not like natural beauty by any sense.
No, of course
not at all. And like you were saying, Brian, like, yeah, if you force fed it, saying like, oh, this is beauty, this is amazing, like then people are going to believe it. Like, hey, there's a lot of females out there that are like that. Like, shoot, Beyonce is just average.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to get like burned by the Bayhive people and whatnot. But yeah.
And it's the same with the music industry, like the whole music industry in the first place. Like, there's a lot better artists than the artists that they promote. There's better, like Beyonce's case again. Like I said, I'm not a hugest fan of her.
Well, even the background singers can actually sing.
Yeah, and half the background singers are better than performers. Like, there's so many like better singers out there than the ones that are on the covers.
Which one have you been to where you noticed that?
Which one? What
R&B act have you been to where you're like, man, the background singer is really going off?
I think Music Soul Child went to his concert. They went off. Alicia Keys, she had a background that was dope. Who else? There's a few that I went to. I was going to say Brian, but he was the only one on stage. Brian McKnight was freaking dope. He did everything a cappella. Like, he brought his sons on the stage too, and they were singing, but so there's nobody in the background. It was just him. I was like, that dude got skill, got talent. But yeah, there's a lot of artists like that.
Don, have you been to R&B acts?
I have. Let me first stop and say Beyonce's gorgeous. She like her music, but and look, Beyonce, that you want to talk about like just natural and whatever. To me, I think she's natural, like straight from Texas, gorgeous. That's just me. But anyway, yeah, R&B acts. I've been to a few. I think the one that sticks out, background singers for fire was Mary J. Blige. I remember she was out there doing her thing, but she had a couple of these like male vocalists that were just like bodying the game, absolutely high notes and all of that.
Nice.
And then I think the last one that sings out, it was an old school joint, so it was John B. It was like a Lovers and Friends type of thing. It was like John B. and a couple others.
Nice.
But I remember John B.'s background vocalist specifically too, because he was trying to hit a note on what song was it? It was one of his earlier songs, but he was trying to hit a note, and you could tell he needed help to get to that note. And old girl was just like, she was there. So yeah, I remember that. And I mean, it's true, but that's Mariah Carey started as a background singer. You know what I'm saying? Like Luther Vandross started as a background singer. A lot of the top notch artists start as background singers, and then pretty soon when you like hearing that voice, you can't, and it's undeniable. Of course, eventually they're going to become popular. So
but Don, do you agree with, everybody always has to compare, right? So do you agree though that the Kelly Rowland is actually better looking than Beyonce if you had to? They might be considered both top notch, but there's natural beauty and then there's, I got more money than you beauty.
So see, that one's tough because that's kind of getting deep, because obviously Kelly Rowland is like beautiful, beautiful chocolate. And then you have Beyonce, who is like
a little more mocha.
And so like it's more acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So to say that's tough. I will say for me personally, I've always been into Beyonce more. Even when they first started, to me, I always thought she was the baddest one. Kelly, it took her a minute to get to her sexiness. Once she found it and she like shied away from everybody and like grew up more, I think she's got the glow up better. I'll say that. Like Kelly now did not look like Kelly during Bills. You know what I'm saying? But Beyonce's always kind of had a similar look to her. So I've always been into Beyonce, but Kelly definitely is sexy, like big facts.
Yeah. I always like Kelly more. I liked, I think it was Michelle or one of the chicks more. The first girl that got kicked out of the group. She was dope, but yeah.
You mean, correction, the first one that Beyonce kicked out. But yeah.
Yeah. No.
That's funny.
For the correction, the first one Beyonce's mom kicked out. She was the one kicking motherfuckers out.
That's funny.
Yeah, nah. Hey, Kelly was just lucky that she was like related or whatever, because she might have got iced too. But I was like, Kelly was number one for me. She's still number one. I like chocolate more than I love caramel. It is what it is. I will acknowledge that, yes, I think Beyonce has a better voice, and obviously as a result, her better career and all that junk. But Kelly was like doper. I don't know. Kelly just didn't seem as fake. Not saying Beyonce's fake, but like, the attitude, the persona, and, just being above or more beyond in front of Destiny's Child, as opposed to Destiny's Child a part of it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Something just had me gravitate to Kelly more. And then when she did that track, her and Nelly, The Dilemma, that was like, I was like, all right, yeah, she's that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I always picture, especially during that era, you had Kelly on one side, you had Beyonce on the other side, and then right in the middle, it's kind of like you had Gabrielle Union, who's like the merge of both of them. It looks like. It's like,
I've never been attracted to Gabrielle Union though, but I do see like that connection, what you're mentioning, like putting the two together.
Gabby Union is gorgeous. And you want to talk about natural? She's natural. I'm talking about like barely any makeup. It's the facial expressions that she's got.
Like, she got like big cheekbones or whatever, and like
hater
with her eyebrows, the way that she like does a bunch of stuff. Like I hate to say this because it's gonna sound like
it looks young in the face
or whatever.
The baby face. They usually say the men,
when you get that, like, if someone's describing like a woman to you and they're like, all right, yeah, it's this black girl and like she's just yabbing at my ear, da, 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 da. That's the face that I picture when I think like women that like are just nagging and annoying.
That's Monique.
No, it's just because the
so
rose.
check. Hold on. Check it. So, assuming Gabrielle Union were to like just consume a lot of food and like gain a lot of weight, would she not look just like Monique? I mean, again, both the big cheekbones and whatnot. You know, I'm telling you. So that maybe that's part of it too. I'm not a fan like the cheekbone like.
No, it's you all have your preference. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, not saying she ain't beautiful. Obviously, she wiped up Dwayne Wade. He got with her. So I mean,
I'm not
like you said, you like her too. So you know, there must be some people that like her. It's just not my type.
I'm gonna try to respect your, you know what I'm saying, your own opinion. I'm gonna try. Oh man, Gabrielle, but I'm gonna try.
He said Gabrielle Union is borderline Monique. Just a couple.
I'm saying you toss on some weight. And like I think that's where she'd be similar in the face. Also, the nose. I think the nose is kind of. I'm not a fan.
All right. On that note, what's your top 5
of what?
Everybody, top 5 females, like just celebrities, singers, whatever. Your top 5, like, dang, that's my bucket list, or that's my
bucket list.
Not bucket list, but you know, that's whatever they call it. Hall pass kind of thing. You have with your girl, like, hey,
see, that's tough because there's a lot. But I mean, if we're doing rapid fire, I could do rapid fire in no particular order. And I'm going from like who I've had crushes on since I was a kid. So I'd have to throw Jackson in there. I have to throw Selma Hayek. I'd have to throw Rihanna for me. I'd have to throw Eva Mendes, and then I'm gonna end it with that's what I'm saying. This is tough. I'm probably gonna have to end it with probably Alicia Keys, if I'm thinking.
Shoot, that's my number 1. All right, your turn,
yeah,
Brian.
That's what I'm. You know what? And then honorable mention is Erykah Badu.
All right, what about you, B? What about you, Brian?
So first I got to preference it, you know, because the wife is like in the background, so I ain't trying to what it is. But like you mentioned, hall pass or, you know, not married, you know, set aside, like you just got like, you're like, you know, dream roster or whatever. I don't know, like Don, I don't have like a set order, but like it's crazy for me. But we do have a hall pass kind of agreement, and I just consistently am rotating females in and out. So right now, the 5 that I'm gonna list is not necessarily the 5 that I had way back in the day, or the 5 I'm gonna have like a week from now. You know what I mean? Because way back in the day, like is Tyra Banks. She was number 1. You know, but now like time has passed, so she's gonna get thrown on the back burner. Because I feel like my wife has some similarities to her, whatever, from the appearance. I always got to throw in there Aubrey Plaza, Parks and all that is Aubrey Plaza. She's like kind of like that girl next door, kind of like she ain't just flat out sexy, but like she's like, oh man, like I don't know, some curiosity there. So I got to throw Aubrey Plaza in there.
I like that one.
Eva Mendes, definitely, because she had the top spot for forever in the day. And then she kind of like stopped doing movies and stuff like that. Got with Ryan Gosling and they do their thing, whatever. Still looking hot though, so she's up there. Besides her, the next one I probably had to put in there makes no sense probably, but like hear me out. Skylar Diggins Smith now, because she got
I'm cool with that.
WNBA
point guard girl playing in the WNBA for the Phoenix Mercury now.
He's bad. I like that one.
To an extent, like she has that muscular build, so it's a little bit like manly to an extent, but like you actually look at her, she does herself up nice. Gotta throw her in there, so that's 3. You see me, I try to like, you know, have the whole spectrum, so a little bit black, a little bit white, a little bit you know, all that. So as far as the ladies, the females, the black ladies, I want to throw in there. Maybe it's because it's on the mind right now, but Kelly Rowland, like she still got it going. So, you know, I'm gonna go Kelly. And then not sure if you guys know this girl named Andy Allo. Andy Allo, she plays on this TV show called Upload. South African girl, like very light skin complexion, short hair, but she's fire. So, you know, look up Andy Allo. She'd be my 5th one now at the moment. So, you know, get at me next month and, you know, might have a whole nother number.
Oh, me too, because I'm already thinking of some, and there's like people I want to replace. But you guys, all right, next.
Go ahead, Harold.
Dang. Yeah, that's a tough one. Selma Hayek's definitely on the list.
Always. She's been my list for a minute.
Zoe Saldana, she's definite. Even though she doesn't like men, Janelle Monáe.
Really good.
I like her style.
Very good choice.
So maybe she'll get convinced. It's tough. Gabrielle Union, I think, is probably on that list. That's 4 already. Ooh-wee. There's a couple of those like Instagram ones where you're like, tempting, but no, you better not.
Instagram, nah.
Plus, because it's on Instagram, so they're like filtered up and IG'd up. That's a catfish waiting to happen. So don't do that.
Waiting to happen.
No, it's waiting to happen.
For real.
Hallie's always been one of those ones. What's her name ruined it? The airhead from Employee of the Month.
Elizabeth Banks?
No. The one.
Employee of the Month?
Oh, the girl that was married to boy, the football player. What's his? I forgot her name. I know you're talking about.
She always plays the ditzy character. I used to like her until she showed that she was ditzy.
What else is she in? Oh, like hell.
If I was gonna pick a white girl, I'd have to throw in Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
But like my screen just froze.
Um,
I forgot about Scarlett. Yeah,
Me too.
Forgot about her.
It just popped in my head.
and I also forgot about Zoe Kravitz. Actually, like Zoe Kravitz.
You see, so now I'm gonna take someone off and throw Zoe in there because Zoe.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off Skylar Diggins, throw Zoe in, and then I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take off Kelly Rowland, and we'll throw Scarlett in there. Yeah, forgot about Scarlett. No, get back.
I was gonna say, come on, man.
Ignore, just forget it.
You're talking about Jessica Simpson?
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. Oh, yeah. Jessica Alba. She
So
was on my...
I'll just say Jessica Alba, even though, like, mine might change.
Good one.
Yeah, she was on my top 5 for a while. She just got replaced. But she was always like, so I'm the only one that...
Stop talking.
Yo.
Like, so in my order, it's been this order for a minute. The number 5 changed a couple times. Like number 1, Alicia Keys. Number 2, Selma Hayek. 3, Rosalind Sanchez. 4, Shannon Salzman.
Shannon Salzman, I don't know that one.
Old girl from what's that movie? A Knight's Tale.
Keira Knightley.
Oh, that's from a long time ago.
A Knight's Tale. Shannon Salzman with Keith Ledger.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's. Oh no, something about her. She's just bomb for no reason. And number 5, y'all may not know her because she only did like 1 or 2 things. Is Megan Roth. She took.
I know that name.
She took Jessica Alba's spot. Like, talk about natural beauty. Like, dude, Google her, look at her. Like, she was in this movie this show was like Being Human, and like she didn't have. She had a little makeup on, but you can tell she's like one of the females. Like, damn, you look good with no makeup. That's just like epitome of freaking beautiful without makeup. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one girl, Anna Deanna Armas or something like that. That she's in that she's in the new James Bond movie, and then she's in that movie with Ben Affleck, Deep Water.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good-looking female as well, which is dope. And I was just thinking, this kind of gave me a flashback back in the college days. Harold might remember this, but I used to have like a roster that I had on shirts for every day of the week. So I had Monday, which was Lacey Chabert. I had Tuesday, which was Maya. I had Wednesday, which was Eva Mendes. I had Thursday, that was Jessica Alba. And I can't remember who Friday was, but that was like, I just wear those, you get those custom shirts or whatever, So got a photo, took it up to the mall.
Probably Hallie or something.
They had the spot at the mall, and I'd have like the shirt, like the print with the girl's face or whatever. And then at the bottom, it have the.
Are you saying you bringing it back?
What up?
Are you bringing it back?
it'd be tempting, but like I can't be doing that when I'm going out places with the wife and whatnot. You know, that's like straight up insult. You know what I mean? So no.
Yeah, you have Monday through Sunday with different poses of Chanel.
I could do that, but then like, you know, it's like everybody see. Yeah, see now already the wife's talking. They're about to get murked out here.
Oh, shut that down real quick. On to the next one.
Your publicist is talking. Hold on. What?
Yep.
You just got to get her a shirt too. That's all.
And shoe.
Yeah. She has a bucket list, and like for the longest time, or not bucket list, but like a hall pass. For the longest time, it was Dwayne Wade. That was like her go-to dude. I don't know, like if she had the top 5 or if it's like rotate and transition to other dudes, you know. But you know, she really
everybody wants Thor.
Tell me those things, so you know, it is what it is.
No, I see.
Idris Elba, that's another one up there.
I don't think a female should have a hall pass. I'm just saying.
Come on, man. We're not doing that today.
Because she has more of a chance to actually do it. Just imagine, like,
just imagine.
Yeah, just imagine, like, if, for example, like Usher or Lil Wayne or something was on her list and she went to that concert. If he picked her out the crowd, then she could do it.
That's like if you pick her though. So I get what you're saying in the sense, like, you know, it's easier for women to get some because, you know, like dudes be throwing it at them all the time, whereas guys have to like work a little bit harder for it. But we're talking about, again, hall passes in regards to celebrities. It's just like, all right, you know, out of like these like 15, 20 Arizona dudes that I pass by on a regular, you know, day, like, you know, I need to get a hall pass for one of them. Okay, yeah. Because more than likely she could probably like, you know, have one of them 20 dudes be down to get busy and whatnot. But if we're talking about celebrities, you don't think, like you mentioned, like if he has to pick her out of the rest of the thousands of like women at his concert or whatever, right? You know, ones that are probably dressed way more slutty, ones that may have like, you know, plastic enhancements and stuff like that. Ones that fight their way to get to the in front of the stage so that he can even see, you know what I mean?
But again, that female is somebody's dude.
Hey, you're gonna have to take that L, bro. I'm sorry, you gotta hold that one.
That's my point. I'm not saying that's gonna be your girl, but at the end of the day, that female that he picks is somebody's girl. That is, so that's what I'm saying.
Saying if she gets picked, if that's your girl and she gets picked by the Usher or who Michael B. Jordan, you just gotta charge it to the game, player. Like it is what it is. And then
I'm not even charging to the game. I'm not even charging. If he picks her and she wanted to be picked, I'm ushering her up.
1,000%.
Go ahead. You know why? Because at the end of the day, for all the times that she would have smashed a celebrity, think about all the times your girl smashed some regular dude before you. You know what I mean? Like, I would be happy, like, oh yeah.
So I'm helping her up.
Dwayne Wade, and now I'm tapping it.
Yep.
I'm tapping what Dwayne Wade was tapping.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Obviously, if Dwayne Wade chose my girl, something must be good about the girl I chose, right?
Exactly.
And again,
I just feel like if Brian was an entertainer and he was the what are you gonna call it, the intro warm-up guy to the Kanye concert, and then he's like, oh, people are like coming to me, flocking to me, like as if, you know, they want to be the road girl, and then maybe I'm gonna introduce them to Kanye, whatever. And so like from city to city to city, you get Instagram model, and you're like, all right, this is getting boring. Let me just get a regular, like I want regular girls. Are there any regular girls out there? Oh, there you go. Rather than the fixer-upper craziness from Houston or LA.
Okay.
Houston, Atlanta,
That's
Vegas.
still good because there's hella regular girls too. I mean, it's one of those things where I just feel like, you know, especially nowadays, it's like
variety.
Like, you know, the body count like argument and question stuff like that. Like, don't even bother. You know, like in our day growing up and everything, you didn't have social media and stuff, so you know maybe people were less promiscuous. But now it's like you can't get mad whatsoever at like who your girl's been with or who she goes to, whatever. As long as like, you know, there's like not the cheating and stuff while you guys are together. But I mean, like, why even bother with it?
No, body counts aren't even a thing anymore. We don't care about body counts anymore. That's in the, like you said, that's in the past, bro. Like at this point. So yeah, you know, like if like my girl were to have that opportunity to add one to her body count, and it was someone of meaning or significance,
then I'm not gonna knock that dude. Especially it's a hall pass. I mean, like it's not like she'd carry on a relationship stuff like that. Now, if she were to leave me and like boo up with Dwayne Wade and stuff like that, that'd be another thing. But I'd be potentially open to it.
You be telling that story for the next 30 different girls you met. But I'm still kind of distraught because my girl left me for Dwayne Wade. Like,
no, yeah. She leaves me for Dwayne Wade. It's like, okay, you left me, divorce. Get that fucking alimony. Because I'm pretty sure she's gonna have paper and he gonna have paper. I'll take that money. I'm still be hurt, being like, man, like that's my girl, and especially if I see them on the red carpet and all that ish, I'm gonna be annoyed. But I'm like, it's gonna be a lot easier to be annoyed when I'm living up in like a house already paid for and whatnot. I'm at
that sounds way more thought out than it needs to be.
Hey, on the fly, you think about these things, just about all sorts of things that could happen in relationships. So it's like, what am I gonna do? Who's gonna take care of the kids? Who's gonna have this? So it's always things I consider.
I was looking at the like music that came out, how it's kind of lackluster. But I was thinking about Versus. Do you think Versus is dead based off of just there hasn't been anything in a while? Like it's
there was a Versus last night.
The what?
Ooh.
There was a Versus last night. That's how you. So that just answered your question. Yes, Versus is dead. Did you know there was a Versus last night?
I know there was a Trillerverse thing. Whatever, there was a fight supposedly with celebrity boxing, but like
no. But tied to it was an actual Versus. It was Onyx versus Cypress Hill.
Oh, that was last night. I thought that was like a week ago. See,
yeah, that's for a certain demographic.
Yeah.
No, honestly, Versus, because you already versed like the top people we want to see outside of like the greats that we know won't ever do it. Yeah, I think Versus is dead. They could try to turn.
Sold it at the right time.
Huh?
They sold it at the right time then.
Oh yeah, no. They made their money because the thing is that was also built for like quarantine life,
Yeah.
And like now it's like we haven't seen the tops. We haven't seen Hove, Ye, Drake, Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones with the actual like the amount of music we want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't seen any of those.
But you still have, and these are the best ones. You still have, the Ninth Wonders. You still have, Madlib could do one, right? Like
but that's more for like, and if we're just being honest, that's more for a certain type of niche market. You know what I'm saying? Like we love Ninth Wonder. The masses don't know Ninth Wonder. We love like Little Brother, Infante, and Madlib, and you know what I'm saying. But they don't want those type of producers. They want Metro Boomin, and they want, you know what I'm saying, like Pharrell. Yeah. That's the one we want. We want a Pharrell versus Dre, or we want a Pharrell versus, you know what I'm saying? Like we haven't had those. So in
I want Pharrell.
Bringing those names in, I think Versus is a wrap, low key.
But I'm saying the producers might be better at showcasing a Jay-Z catalog than Jay-Z would.
Yeah, but that's fake though. You know what I'm saying? Because they did that already. They did that with Just Blaze and it was cool. But I mean, it was even when Timbaland and Swiss, that was cool because they've done all the top notch acts. But nah, I need Jay-Z on the left, Nas on the right, or I need Kanye on the left and Drake on the right.
And what would be better, because again, like a lot of times Versus, especially with those artists, they push the play button and then they just rap it like as if it's a concert. When you see a Rick Ross version with the tiny desk and they got the instrumentation, you get to see the violins playing with the trumpets, and that's when you're like, okay, like they're changing up even the way, Aston Martin music sounds.
Oh, for sure.
So like that adds to it too when you get to see it with a live band.
Yeah.
That would be a better version if it was like a tiny desk version versus a tiny desk version.
That'd be dope. Obviously, like a production like that's going to cost a lot more money. And then how's it going to sound, on IG Live or YouTube Live or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think that'd be dope. But no, Versus, unfortunately, unless they take it out on tour or they get the big acts in there or they find some type of way to, I don't know, maybe not even do 20 to 20, do 10 to 10s or whatever have you, or I mean, they still haven't done like, Wiz Khalifa or Currency or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still so many.
What's one with the cult following, Tech Nine and Twista, whatever, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many they could do, but I don't know. Like the one last night, I mean, and I didn't even watch it. I just watched clips of it. And when you think about it, I'm like, okay, Onyx versus Cypress Hill. Onyx has 2 songs we know, maybe.
They just put out an album, I think, a couple weeks ago, though.
And that's cool, but what's that going to do in verses? Like, clearly you're going against Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill, they have like joints. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course they're older, but everyone knows Insane in the Membrane, Dr. Green Thumb, and you know all the other absolute classics they dropped. So it's like, oh man. After I think the last notable verses I cared about was Music Soul Child and Anthony Hamilton, and after that, I didn't care for them. They did I think the gospel joint, and no disrespect, but come on.
That was one actually I wanted for a long time too. Music Soul Child and Anthony Hamilton. I was like saying that like a year ago. I was like, dude, they should do one, and I'm glad they finally did. And it was clean. Like I always wanted.
I saw was Fat Joe and Ja. That was the last one I saw.
I always wanted Pharrell and Q-Tip. I think that would be a dope one.
Q-Tip and who?
Pharrell.
Oh no, Q-Tip doesn't want that.
Yeah. Dude, as far as what I think they both, because Q-Tip did hella production, like underground producing, like not just his albums. I'm talking about as far as the people they produce for. Dude, they both have some artists.
Oh no, I love Q-Tip, but you know, we're talking Pharrell, so it's
is he more B-sides versus the things that people know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Pharrell could only go against probably Kanye. I think that's the only.
Jermaine Dupri.
Who?
Jermaine Dupri.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with that. Jermaine Dupri. I think Pharrell can only go against Jermaine Dupri or Kanye, and that's really it.
At the end of the day, though, Pharrell made Rump Shaker, so you know he wins. So it is what it is.
He's gonna play Clips Grinding.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna play that, and then he's gonna play something like and he's got something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got something for the thugs. He's got something for like the backpackers. He got something for like the nerds. He's got something for the females.
Yeah, for the kids. Play the happiness.
That Beautiful with Snoop. Shit, he even produced for Britney Spears. Like, dude is ridiculously dope.
He's gonna pull out his SWV bag. He's gonna pull out his like. When they start doing the Gwen Stefani bag, you know, this bananas. Like when that beat comes on, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I always wanted to see him. Hopefully, I don't think it will happen, but
nothing from Pusha T's album is gonna make it.
Nothing from Pusha T's album.
He's gonna make Pharrell's top 20.
Well, no, of course not. But no, it won't. But it's fine. He has way too many hits to go, and we know that. But you never know.
It was just my way of saying it is lackluster to me. Still.
Oh, come on. So have you given it another chance? Because I still listen to that album probably once every other day because it's like
so there's better. It's better than 2 whatever out of 15 whatever I thought originally. There's more, but I'm just never in the mood. So
it's a great album. It's not a classic. Like Daytona was a classic. Daytona was and is a classic. But this one, it's not a classic, but it's good. I like it. I'm not mad at it. I definitely skipped probably 2 on this one, whereas Daytona, like I just hit play and I just let it go over and over and over again. I love Daytona. But
my favorite Pusha album is still Wrath of Cain, and that was I think maybe even a mixtape project.
Okay.
But for some reason that's the Pusha I like. But hey, to each his own. Did you like the album? Did you hear it, Brian?
The Coke or whatever the one is, the Pusha T.
Well, there's Diet Coke, but the album is.
Okay, yeah. Like for some reason, I thought the album was called Diet Coke at first, and then like when I downloaded it, it's just that single, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of whack, but whatever.
No, it's almost dry.
Yeah, that's correct. And like I did download it, but I have not listened yet. I'm still in that midst of Kendrick because like by the time I downloaded Pusha T, like that's when it's right around that time where, you know, basically it's last weekend for the most part. So it's like, oh shoot, okay. And like prior to that, I was still listening to what was it?
Sure.
I gotta look at it a little like
you know what's crazy though? Nobody remembers Donda 2.
No, I remember. Like I still got it. I was gonna say I gotta look at my rotation. I still got it in there. I don't listen to it, but yeah, you know.
Because no, it was in the stem player, and I wasn't buying that.
stem player, hilarious.
And let's be honest, because I did peep out Donda 2, and I'm not knocking it, but it sounds a lot like Donda 1, and I don't know.
Not even close. Not even close on the production, on the amount of tension and care. I think
it's definitely different. Donda 1 had a lot of filler, like bullish, like tracks, and it's like, man, I cut out half of it. Whereas Donda 2, like, they just recently had that single.
They only had the one with Alicia. That's the only one.
Yeah.
5 Year Foreign.
There's the one before that though. I know there was a single before that. I can't remember.
The single before that is with the Migos. We set the trends. Or no, that's not. Never mind. That's not that one. It's but there is a joint with the Migos.
There is a Migos.
I think that's the one.
But the point being, like that recently came out and that was fire. Was it not? Did people not enjoy it? Like, I think they like 504 and more so. But you
got lucky that Genius was fire. Great documentary. Everybody wanted to go back to his back catalog, but Donda 2 was not it.
Genius is depressing watching, but it's still good. Kanye's still
all right.
Dude.
So, what's y'all's take on Kendrick's album?
I was just about to say that.
Oh, you finally heard it, Quincy?
I did. I heard most of it because I was driving to the practice and stuff, and I had him in the car most of the time, so I didn't. I put it on pause and stuff. So I heard most of it. But I may get a little flack for this. Like, I never really been the biggest Kendrick fan, to be honest. Like, honestly, like, I thought he was overhyped because everybody's like, "Oh, this is the new Snoop. This is do that. This that." Like, it's clean. I ain't gonna front. Like, it's a clean album. What I heard, I like it. But
you talking about the lyrics? You talking about the production? What are you talking about?
Like, in general, just like him as, I don't know. Something about his voice doesn't capture me. Like, what he says is clean. I like what he says, but he doesn't have that tone that his voice, like, he doesn't have a tone like Talib Kweli or Lupe or even J. Cole. Like, I like their voice. So his voice is just like, okay. I don't know. So like I said, to me, like I said, not nothing to knock on him. It's clean, but I just think he was overhyped, in my opinion.
I will say that out of all his albums, his voice was the most annoying on this album.
Yeah.
Interesting. For me, like I said initially, I was like kind of like it's good, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, like mind moving or mind blowing for me. I'm not understanding what you guys are saying with the voice. Like, maybe I like just like Cali rappers or whatever. Like, his voice seems regular, like cool to me. I'm down with it. What I noticed is that, and I've started to realize this more so looking back at some of his older albums as well. I really don't like a lot of the beats that he chooses. It's kind of like that same Nas complex where it's like, there's not really a whole bunch of beats that he has for his songs that he has that you're going to hear played in a club. Not that it needs to be, but I did notice that. And listening to this album, I was like, man, like I hear, especially the second time listening to it, okay, like hearing the lyricism more and like, okay, this rap, this is about this is about this, like getting into it more after those second and third listenings, that's cool. But at the same time, I was like, man, like it's hard for me just to buy. I really don't like this. And then the transition to this, like the dopest one for me right now is Count on Me or Count Me Out. That track is fire. Loving that one.
I like that.
But then again, like I said, you know, the whole argument track they has him and his bro or whatever. Yeah, that's you know, it's a cool concept and everything, but it's just annoying. It's like F you too, not F you, N-word, F you, like man, that gets annoying. Just I don't know why. It just is like, And I remember I saw you point out, Harold, as far as like Eminem and Kim and all that stuff, like negative toxicity there. The reason I reference that differently is that, you know, Eminem, he's like overboard, like, you know, out the box, I'm going to do this, like, you know, shock value thing or whatever, which Kim was. And also Kim, I was listening to that when I was like immature, like, you know, 18, 19, 20-year-old Brian and whatnot. As opposed to this quote unquote poetry you'd have from Kendrick Lamar talking about an actual relationship and actual arguments that do happen. Like, you ain't got dudes out there like killing their, like, you know, kid's mom and like, you know, throwing her in the trunk and like drowning her and stuff like that, like Kim. You're not doing that. You do have people in a relationship that get into arguments and say F you back and little dick and all that. Like, No, so it just seemed like, man, we don't need more of that in the world at the moment to me. So I just wasn't a fan. Overall, the album, yes, I'm gonna give it like, a gold star and all that, but it's really hard for me to believe it's gonna be in contention for album of the year at the end of the year for me.
You want to go next, Don?
I'm gonna sound like a dick rider.
Do you?
First and foremost, his voice doesn't bother me at all. I love the way he. Okay, first of all, I love the way he enunciates. I think he has some of the best enunciation in hip hop. Like he enunciates every word, even down to like the last syllable. You know what I'm saying? Like even at the very beginning, the song when he says "I grieve different," I grieve different. Like he makes sure he enunciates every single letter so you can hear it. He does that with every song. So I don't mind his voice whatsoever. I like the voice inflection, even when he's going high, low, and he's doing his. Does he do it a little too much? If you want to, sure. But to me, it doesn't take away from it. For me, production-wise and beat selection.
What did he say?
To me, that I was kind of talking like this with Harold the other day. To me, the beat selection is fine. I like how every single album has its own type of idea of production. So it's going to be different. Good Kid, Mad City's production is different from Damn's production. It's different from To Pimp a Butterfly production. So it's housed all the same. So with this one being called Mr. Morales and the Footsteppers, it's like a tap dancing type of thing. So it's got that tap dancing type of like 30s, 40s music. You know what I'm saying? Something's that effect. So I personally like the production on it. And to me, I've listened to it probably 6-7 times, like all the way through, uninterrupted, all that good stuff. I like how he's more vulnerable. I like how he's like, it's almost like this was a therapeutic album. I feel like because this is his last album with Top Dog, like I think he really, really delved deep into like just what he's going through. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like about Kendrick, because you don't know what's going on with him at the time. He does an album in dips. He's not for IG. He's not for interviews, anything like that. So we have no idea what's going on. We didn't know he had kids. I mean, we know he had kids, but like we don't know the names, how old, this and that. We didn't know how he was feeling about his daddy, this and that, all the things that he put on this album. I love it. I think he's spitting like crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you the female joints if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives you the female vibes. He gives you the street vibes. He gives it all, man. I personally like this album a lot. I don't want to say album of the year yet because that might sound cliche, but this is a good one. This is a good one. I
want to just piggyback on that too. Like, I really liked it. I did. I mean, my favorite Kendrick is still Section 80 and To Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick. Just that jazzy tones, just the like production sounds a lot more thorough. This one kind of is trying different things, and I like that he's trying to be an artist. He uses his voice as an instrument as well. But I think there definitely are some standout tracks. There's definitely some ones, even like you said, the argument track, the We Cry Together. Like I'll probably skip that one if it comes up in the shuffle. But again, I like what he tried. I like the effect that he's trying to show. Like you said, with Don, with him trying to be vulnerable, especially on like Rich Spirit. I like that one. I like the Auntie track, whatever, revealing stuff about his family. There's just a lot of dope little chants and omens. It sounds like he's trying to produce and put in there, and it ties together like one cohesive album. Like a lot of albums sound like just an assembly of tracks, and this doesn't sound like that. So I feel like I don't feel like this took 4 or 5 years to make. He did say he had writer's block, and like it took him a while to get the cohesive concept that he wanted to do. So I do feel like once he finally came up with it, he went all the way, and some of the stuff still sounds relevant, still sounds like he was trying to push the culture forward. So I can't hate on it. I think it's excellent. Probably will be top 3 at the end of the year. I'm still having Saba as my album of the year. I'm loving that album, but and Saya Reed, a Kid is also my second, but it'll be in there, and we'll see what happens later on.
Nice.
I just think it's funny because you guys really hate that We Cry Together track that much, huh?
It's just hard to listen to over and over.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like It's super authentic, super raw. I'm pretty sure like people listen to it, they're like, oh, I just had that argument. Oh, my boy, he had that argument. He's grown like, so it's totally relatable. But I feel like for me, it's kind of like it's unnecessary. Like I already know that shit goes on, so I don't need to see or I don't need to hear that type of art or that type of influence being a actual song. Like, I mean, I didn't get much of a point or inflect. It didn't. It didn't move me one way or another.
What I did like about the track was
next?
the female voice when she did her little like kind of half talking, half rapping, almost sounding drunk or whatever. Like I did like how they try to make it a scenario. It wasn't just yelling and like a skit or an interlude with a background beat on.
So that's why the way I see it is like if this were just some random single or like it was just a throwaway song put on an album just placed anywhere, it can seem whatever, like it's like a little niche album or niche song, whatever. But the album in its entirety is him talking about what he's been going through, and it's like a therapeutic album. So he's giving you different levels of what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? So arguing with your female, that's definitely part of it. You know what I'm saying? So like, and he touches on everything. So to me, the reason why I was cool with it is it fits with what he was giving you. You know what I'm saying?
It fits, but just it's one of those things where it's like, oh dang, that's. If you listen to that, you're like, oh man, that's rough that he's going through that, or that's it's rough that they have that relationship. My quick answer is like, all right, just break up. Like, I don't think that like type of if you're having that type of argument with your girl,
but you know what happens at the end, right?
Like, no,
but
you know what happens at the end. All that animosity ends up making.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You gotta go through all that drama just to have like good loving.
Some people like to get in arguments so they can have makeup sex because that's their favorite sex.
But not even that though. That's the thing. Like we have all at some point had an argument similar to that, and the easiest we didn't just break up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Chanel.
Have
we had an argument where like I'm saying fuck you, you're like fuck me, fuck you, and all that, and then we end up like getting busy?
No.
Hey,
not yet, right?
I know. I'm just going off on tangent, just trying to be a contrarian and whatnot.
It's coming. Don't worry.
He says it's coming.
I will have to pick this up a little later though, because I was already in the doghouse somewhat. I gotta give my girl a ride, be the DD real quick because she's going out to brunch. So I have to hodge y'all later. Sorry to cancel early, but I'm sure we'll do it again,
bro.
Yeah, we'll do it,
man.
Peace.
And I know Don has his games you got to get to, right?
Yeah, I do, but I got you a few minutes. I'll give you a few. But no, the album at the end of the day to me is like it's fire. I'm not gonna say it's perfect because it's not, and it's not my favorite Kendrick album.
6-7 times, is that normal?
For a Kendrick album, yeah. Here's the thing: if I really respect the artist, I give them multiple listens. Someone like Lupe, you know damn well you're not getting what Lupe's saying after 1 or 2 listens. You gotta listen to the cool 9 times to get something. So there's only like even Ross, like I respect Ross so much, and I'm like, even though he's like kind of a surface level rapper, I still want to like give him multiple listens to see if maybe I'm missing some type of production or something. So there's only a handful of people I give multiple listens to, and Kendrick is one of them because I know how much time he put into it. So I would feel remiss to be like, I got to give you at least a few hours. I'm not just getting, you gave me 6 years of your time for me to listen.
You're like, give me more. That isn't enough. 45 minutes.
So no, I need to like, and I do it different settings. I listen to it in the car on the way to work. Yep. I listen to it in the car after work. Maybe my mood was different. I listen to it while I'm doing yard work in the backyard. I listen to it when the kids go to sleep and it's just me chilling with, some wine and I'm really in. I listen to it, you know what I'm saying? Like while maybe during halftime during the game or something. Like I give it different pockets to see if I receive it differently. And I just know where he was going and I respect it because of that. And I like that because in today's music, you don't have too many artists giving you that. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say with Kendrick albums, he puts out the most cohesive projects. I love that. And I'm not even just talking about like, sequence. I'm talking, he gives you stories every single time and I love it. Good Kid, Mad City was a story. Damn was a story. To Pimp a Butterfly was a story. You know what I'm saying? Even throwing Untitled, which was just some throwaway tracks, fire. You know what I'm saying? Section Kendrick can't miss. And I'm saying
I still love that Untitled. You know where I'm going with that. With the
exactly. Yeah, come on. But I'm saying that kind of to throw to Quincy's point of why he thinks
it is the answer.
Exactly. Why he thinks like he's overhyped. Like I can tell you, for me as an actual fan, it's not about being overhyped. It's about what he puts out and what he produces and what he delivers. And if you want to, he's put out technically 5 albums. He's 5 for 5. There's one that goes, he's 5 for 5. And
so Quincy, with all that said, do you disagree with all that?
Like I said, no, I'm not hating on him at all. Like I said, I like his stuff. It's just when he first came out, it was just like everybody was just on, like you said, Dick Rider. Everybody was just on this, and I was like saying he's the next big thing. And then when I heard, I was like,
I think that was what, Swimming Pools?
Oh, you remember?
Well, we first heard, technically, you first heard him on a J-Rock joint. His first actual single,
or was it it wasn't the Kendrick and Drake, the Poetic Justice?
No. Well, the first single from Good Kid was Swimming Pools. That was the first one that started getting radio play. Yeah. And then from there it went Poetic Justice, and then
but like even Money Trees, like any of those were like, they could have been like Don't Kill My Vibe. Yeah. That could have been like a single, but like half of these like he could have had 8 singles off that album.
That's what I like about Kendrick though. He makes music to not make singles, because even he was saying like To Pimp a Butterfly, how deep that album is outside of All Right. Like All Right is a single, but
Walls Can Talk.
How powerful it is. You know what I'm saying? And like I Love Myself, like that's not a singles type single, but it came out as that. You know what I'm saying? Same with Damn. Obviously because he's more popular, he tried to somewhat come the single with Humble, but even Humble is hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, Kendrick doesn't do singles. He puts out music and then we determine what's a single. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's hard for me to say like artists are overhyped when they come out, because like we gravitate to them for a reason. You know what I mean? Now I will say there are some artists that we could consider overhyped because of popularity. But if you're a brand new artist and you're coming out the gate and people are like, oh, he's the next such and such, like, why is that hype?
Well, he was filling a void because there was no more, lyricism was dying is what it seemed like, when you had Waka Flocka and OJ the Juice Man and Trinidad James and all these people that like weren't really saying much.
Well, and it was different because not only was he like, if we're going to say Swimming Pools was his introduction to the game, not only is it like lyrically dope, it's a story. Like, when is the last time we heard a story like that? Like, yeah, but like even the second verse when he's in his head, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now open your mouth and listen to Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like he starts coming back. If I take another one down on my journals, I'm poison abuse on my lemon, I'm thinking of feeling it, but like he's just going off. We're like, yo, we haven't heard this in for years, and coming from the West Coast, like, come on, man. So to me, it's tough to say he's overhyped or anything like that, because it was fresh, it was new, and he's been consistent since. Like, you give me consistency, I can't knock that, and that's what he's done.
Like, I feel you. Like I said, I feel him. I agree. I like him. I guess when you're just told so much, like, oh, this is I expected it to be epic, and I got, oh, this is dope, but I expected epic, and I got a little tear underneath. But like I said, I'm not hating on him. I'll rock it. I'll finish the album hopefully today. I got to take him to the game. I was going to drive solo, but I'm going to pick him up and take him to the game today. Okay. So we'll see.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is downloading not only the official version, but the clean version, so that I can play it with the kids and all that stuff. So it's always one of the favorite things is like, so even yeah off of Damn, like yeah, like, you know, and loyalty, like all those different little parts of the choruses and whatnot. And one of my favorites, he loves one of my favorite songs, Lupe's Kick Push. He's sitting there, kick, push, coast. Yep. With no way to go.
Little Man likes that too. And that I got him singing that track from Wyclef Draw that damn, I can't remember the track now. But yeah, he was like singing that track, and he loves that track. And I got him videotape a couple years ago singing, and like, dude,
not Shakira, right?
Huh?
I was gonna say, or what the someone please call 911.
If I was president, I'll be arrested on Monday.
That's funny, bro. That's funny.
Right, dude. No, that's one of his artists, though.
That's dope. But no, sit with Kendrick some more, man. It might change you. I don't know. I can't say anything about it. I think the album's fire. I'm happy.
I'll keep it out. I'll start playing it again a little bit.
He'll be out here. He comes out September 10th. I'm definitely going.
So
you went to the last one, right?
I did. I don't miss a Kendrick concert. I've been to every single one he's been to out here so far.
Really?
At the Yeezus tour, he opened for Kanye, and then the championship tour with everybody, Absol, Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad. So I seen that one, and then there was one more that he did.
Ooh, that would have been nice to see some Sylvia demo stuff.
It was dope. The only thing I remember that I was disappointed because Mildred went. Me and Mildred went, and she wanted to see SZA, and SZA was sick that time. So, and we didn't know that. Said SZA won't be here due to her being sick, and I was disappointed because I love SZA, and like Mildred was like, "I like Kendrick, but I wouldn't really care. I can't."
That was before Control, right?
No, it was after Control.
Oh.
It was during Damn.
Okay.
So it was after Control. It was maybe like 3-4 years ago. But no, it was dope. So yeah, aside from Kendrick, the only other album I've been listening to like faithfully is Lucky Day on that R&B tip. Did you check Candy Drip?
Quincy?
I like Lucky Day. I like Lucky Day. I haven't listened to the new album.
You are doing yourself a disservice. Okay.
I'll keep it out. I'll peep that out because I know I can listen to that with him.
Kind of.
I'll get that today. I'll get that right after this.
Yeah, Candy Drip is the joint. That joint's fire. It's entirely great. It's Lucky Day, man. It's a good album.
Yeah. What do you think about that Black Star?
It's all right.
I was hoping you didn't ask me. They're legends, so I'm gonna. It was okay, man. You know what it is. It was what I expected what was gonna happen. They don't have that same spark they had in early 2000s. It's different now that like. To me, I'll be honest. I think Kweli is kind of a weirdo, and it's only because we know more of him now because of social media. You know what I'm saying? Like when we didn't have social media in high school. And all we knew was Kweli is that he was just a dope lyricist from New York, and he was in that like him and High Tech were just putting out amazing projects, and then him and Mos Def were putting out amazing projects. Like that's all we knew of Kweli. And now it's like we see him on Twitter, he has his podcast, we see him on IG. He's kind of corny. So now that like I see that along with the music he's putting out, it just it's whatever. It was cool. It was like.
So I completely disagree.
Okay.
Only because of the other two factors. So I feel like, for one, and I listened to the first Black Star album just to like see from what they came from to what they become.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love every track on the original Black Star album. So it's kind of like there were a lot of skips even on that album. On this one, I think part of it was that Madlib didn't bring his best. I kind of got to blame the production on it. It didn't evoke anything except for maybe 2 out of the 10 tracks. And then with that, it sounded like Talib's been doing music. He hasn't stopped. Mos Def or Yasin Bey has. And it sounded like he wasn't motivated. It sounded like, all right, I guess I'll do it. But it didn't seem like he was giving his all in every track. It seemed like, all right, yeah, I'll show up. I'm already here with Dave. We're in the little cellar doing the thing, joking and jiving. All right, we'll put out a Black Star. But it didn't sound like he was as motivated as Talib was. Like he still has that hunger that Talib does, that he's been had.
So what did you disagree with exactly? Disagree with that?
That it was Talib's fault. I thought it was more Mos Def's fault.
Oh no, I wasn't saying the album is his fault. I'm saying that like I just
don't think he's corny.
Oh no, he's corny. All right. Well, I only say he's corny, man, because like it's like that with they say the mystique.
Well, even like, you know who's the most corniest, which
Oh.
is sad to say because he's probably my favorite rapper right now, Gangsta Gibbs.
Oh, big facts. He's super corny. He is. The tweets of him trying to, yo, I'm in New York, come see me, Jim. I mean, yeah, no, he's super corny.
Like all his tweets, all his talking about certain women, him who he hangs with, like all of that, just stick to the music.
But see, that's how I feel about Kweli. Like Kweli, every single, like he has to keep defending himself that he's not hurting black women or he's not against black women. And
but that doesn't sour my taste on his music though.
See, it gets to that point when I hear, here's the thing, when I hear more of your antics than music, eventually it does. And that's how, I think about Ye a little bit. When your antics kind of overshadow your music. And I feel like with Kweli recently, not within the time span, but recently, his podcast, his IG, his Twitter rants, like there's more of that than music. So when it's finally music, I'm not knocking it. Of course, he's a fire MC. It's just he's so corny to me. I'm like, I'm just not enamored like I once was. But I do agree in the sense that Yasin Bey just wasn't with it. Like he's not, Miss Fat Booty back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He's not that Yasin Bey. It's just,
well, even the melodic, that's what I want from him more even than the classic rhyming.
Yeah, if he gave me the Umi Says, yeah, for sure. But he's not doing that anymore.
He did that once on that the Crown track, whatever, with Black Thought.
Yeah. So, but no, to answer your question, Quincy, the album overall was super mediocre to me. I gave it 2 listens. I gave it 1 listen, and I was like, well, I'm about to trash this. So let me and I gave it 1 more full listen, and I was like, I respect my brothers because they're legends, but no,
I feel you. And I think like on your note where you're talking about like as far as his outside antics, I think that's the one reason I was telling you like last time, like I'm not on any real social media platform besides Facebook. I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on none of that stuff. So I don't see all the stuff that you see. So that doesn't affect me. So I'm cool with it. Like, but he's still like in my top 5. Both of them, like Mos Def and Talib, are in my top 5 lyrical artists. Period. Like, I don't think that could change. But yeah, like they said, the album itself, it was clean. It was good. I guess I wanted more. Wanted like probably like all of us like wanted more out of it. But I appreciate it. I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I respect that. We'll see, man. If they put something else out or if they try again, I would listen to it. But
what were your thoughts on the original Black Star album?
First of all, I mean, they were 2 powerhouses then, so we were excited for that.
Lord have mercy. You know what enhanced it though? Chappelle's Block Party.
Well, bro, Chappelle is the reason why they're as popular as they are. Because even outside of, now we're Kweli fans and Kweli's fans then, but outside of Get By, Kweli really wasn't like in the masses like that. But once they got
Blast is the first time I heard him.
What's up?
The Blast was the first time I heard it. Kweli.
Oh yeah, that's still my favorite Kweli song of all. Yeah, you can hear that in there. Body
with a double barrel shotty.
That's my joint. But no, like everybody, but see, that's our introduction. The world's introduction was on the Chappelle show when he came out. Hell yeah, let's be hell yeah. So like him and Mos Def. I mean, obviously
Forgot about that, yeah.
Popular then. But yeah, no, Chappelle is like single-handedly probably the reason why that they were that East Coast like backpack rap was even popular then, because the Block Party, the show, it was whatever Dave Chappelle was into, and Chappelle was an entity at that time. So
hand-packed. He was like, the Roots, come here. Jill Scott, come here. Erykah Badu, I want you.
Yeah,
we're gonna resurrect the Fugees. Like,
yeah, he had Anthony Hamilton in there. You notice like he didn't have any that was popping at the time. You didn't see Ludacris, you didn't see T.I., you didn't see like Bone Thug, you didn't see anybody who was cracking around that time on his show. It was only like, nah, fam, this is who I'm into. I'm into
Common,
Erykah Badu. I'm into Anthony. Yeah, I'm into Common. I'm into Kanye West before Kanye was Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye went on there twice doing joints, and it's like that was dope. So, but the first Black Star album, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's not a classic, but I liked it a lot. It was cool.
Yeah, great.
It's funny. People have asked obviously numerous times who was the standout on that album. I think I'm biased. I'm always gonna go Mos Def. I liked Mos Def more on the first Black Star album.
Well, my favorite track off that album is still Knowledge Itself, and that's all Talib Kweli. So
yeah, I feel it.
And I was actually listening to the first like 2 or 3 Twilight albums like last week. I had them on rotation. I was just playing them. I was like, dude, I forgot how dope this track was. I forgot that whole rhythms track that red. I forgot the name of the album that quick. It was like a little red cover.
Yeah.
Him and High.
That was the second album he did with High Tech. Yeah.
Yeah, with High Tech. Yeah, that track, that dope. That was like, that had some hitters on there.
Yeah.
I gotta go back. I gotta be honest. I think at some point I'm gonna go back and listen.
I think that was Revolution Per Minute or something.
There you go.
I can't even tell you the last time I listened to a Talib Kweli album or a Mos Def album or like a De La Soul album, or I haven't gone back and listened to those that we deemed like fire in years. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna have to like pick a month where I'm just like gonna not listen to anything except like 2000.
Well, when there's garbage out, it's an easy time to go back in the catalog.
Yeah. And I think that's what I do. That's why I haven't really listened to most of these newer tracks and these newer artists, because I'm still listening to old school stuff all day. But yeah, like I said, I was playing that. Then I was playing some old school R&B too, like some old school Anthony Hamilton. Then I was playing some what else? I was playing some Guapale last week, and so I was like, shoot, I came home and when I was cleaning up yesterday, I was like, hey Google, play Guapale, and shoot, started playing it.
That's tough for me. There's so much music that comes out that like, and yeah, there's a lot of it's garbage, but there's so many new artists that are fired. It's impossible for me to go back and like just listen to old school stuff when you go on your phone, and the thing is with these apps these days, like Tidal, like I use Tidal, like if I'm listening to R&B 5 days a week, they'll say, you might like this. And I go and I listen to that playlist, and out of the 20 tracks, there's maybe 8 I really do mess with. So then I go to 8 and I start listening to that artist specifically. And now I'm listening to them and so on and so forth. I don't know. I like music. I like music so much. What's up?
No, I didn't mean to interrupt. Now I was saying I do that too, especially with R&B. That's how I know about certain artists. Like, just because I play Guapale, and then they started playing, especially when it's Pandora, they started playing similar artists or similar. Like, okay, who's this? Okay, she's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, who's this? Okay, damn, she's dope too. So let me listen to her album. So yeah, I feel you.
That's pretty much it. But yeah, no, fellas, I gotta go and a breakout.
Yeah, I feel you.
So yeah, Harold, as always, appreciate you setting this up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no worries. I'll let you guys go.
All right.
We'll do it next month.
Good luck at the game. Well, hopefully, wish me luck coaching these little 8-year-old kids at this game, man. Hopefully they all show up. Like yesterday, I was happy, like getting these parents to show up and come to practice is hard as heck. Like I was surprised, like 7 out of the 11 came, which was cool. And I was like, only like 4 of them replied to my email. So I was like, damn, it's only gonna be 4 of us, but like 7 ended up showing up. So I was like, cool with that. So we'll see.
All right, man. Well, good luck on the game, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all see y'all. Bless. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy.
All right, man. Peace.
Sounds good.